Hello, this is Steve at Caffeine Injection. This is just a very quick video to cover posting information about a recent blog post you may have made to your website onto social media. The reasons why you want to do this are fairly straightforward. If you've got a blog on your website and you've just made a post, you obviously want to get as much traffic to it and broadcast it to anybody that would be interested. So it follows that you would immediately put it straight onto your social media. So that's what we're going to go through. It's a very straightforward process, but there are a couple of things to look out for, and there's a couple of tips to make sure you get it just right. So let's jump straight in. Now, the first thing to do is to be prepared. So you want to have everything that you need open on your desktop to get the process, to make it nice and smooth. So we've got here, open in one browser window, our blog post that we're going to be putting on social media today. It's a recent blog post I did to the Caffeine Injection website. And in the other window, we have the social media platform that we're going to be posting to, which today is going to be the Caffeine Injection Facebook page. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our blog post and we're going to drag the image that forms our header image to our desktop, as we're going to be using that shortly. And then we come down and we're going to take our title and our first paragraph. So we're going to highlight all the text, and you can then use a keyboard shortcut, or you can go right mouse click and copy. To copy that text, we're going to come over to our social media page and we're going to click create post, and we're going to paste it straight in there. So this has already given us a bit of text to get people interested, to explain what the blog post is about, and also the title of the blog post. Now I'm just going to put in the beginning there, blog post. In fact, I'm going to change that to new blog post, just so that everybody knows what it's about. And I'm going to put a carriage return in just to give it a bit of space. Don't worry about this little icon here. I use Grammarly, so this is just checking all my Grammarly, all my spelling. Grammarly is a very handy little app if you haven't got it. So the next thing, we're going to put a couple of spaces underneath our little snippet of intro, and we're then going to copy our full URL or link from the blog post. So we're going to highlight this here in the browser bar, and we're going to copy it, and we're going to paste it. So that immediately puts out a link. So anybody reading the introduction to the blog post, if they want to read more, they can just click the link. I'll put an extra line space in there. Now we're going to add the image. Now you'll see that very often social media will pick up the image that is on the blog post for you and automatically pull it in. If there's a couple of images, it select which it thinks is the correct one and pull that in. But experience has taught me that although very often it will appear here on the post, that once it actually gets posted, it disappears or it gets cropped in a strange way. So this is why we dragged the image to our desktop earlier. Instead of letting Facebook pull an image in, we're going to tell it what image that we want and the size of the image. So we simply pick it up off our desktop, drag it and drop it. Now it looks like nothing's happened because the same image is there, but what that's done is that's removed the automatically inserted image and replaced it with our image. In this instance, they're the same image, but they might not be, they might be different. And that's really it. Now, if you want to put hashtags in, obviously you can put the hashtags in. I recommend putting hashtags below the link. So if we wanted to put a hashtag in here, we could go, let's say hashtag, we could go hashtag website images. You can put in as many as you want. There you go, there's one there. But I do recommend putting them below the link, not above. You'll see why shortly. But that's it. We've added all of the hashtags that we want. We've got our title, we've got a post, or an excerpt of the post, we've got a link, and we've got a nice image. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click post. Now I know for a fact that Facebook today is having a bad day, so this might take a while, so we have to bear with me. So there we go. It is taking a while, but it will appear eventually. Eventually. Oh, there we go. Right, we got there eventually. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier with putting the hashtags below the link. So you can see that we have just been given enough space here in the top part, in the text section of the post, so that we've got the title, we've got the text, and crucially, we have enough of the link for somebody to be able to click on. If we'd have put any hashtags above the link, then you'd see the title, a little snippet of the introduction, and the hashtags, but nobody would see the link. So somebody just scrolling through their timeline may not notice that there is actually a link to the full article. So it's really important you keep your eye on this. Likewise, if we had put too much text in this introduction here, then it may have pushed the link below the cutoff point. So you'll get used to how much text you can get away with as you do this a few times. But if in doubt, then you simply click this button, select edit, and shuffle things around. Maybe remove a little bit of this text. But that's it. Everything's done. Now, anyone that follows the page will see a new post come up, and they'll see the title, they'll see a little bit of information, they'll see a nice graphic. It's the same graphic that is on the actual blog post, so there's good consistency, which is really important with social media posts, and there's a link. So if they click that link, they will then be taken straight to the post. That's it. That's all there is to it. I hope that was helpful. Thank you.